All right, guys. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Neil Druckman. Now, if you guys are not aware, it's been announced today, at the time of filming this video, that Neil Druckman is going to be stepping away from the Last of Us HBO show. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are probably cheering right now when they hear that. But the simple truth is that this really doesn't matter, in my opinion. This really doesn't matter because the damage has already been done, number one. Number two, this show is about to lose all relevance, whatever little relevance it had left after season 2, which, by the way, the viewership dropped drastically in season 2 compared to season 1. And it's only going to drop even worse in season 3 when the story shifts to become all about Abby. But Neil Druckman has walked away and decided to step away before the production of season 3 truly begins. And the reason I think this is happening is, quite frankly, I think he knows that the ratings are going to completely tank, and he really doesn't want to be a part of this. He doesn't want the blame to be shifted to him. He's already got the blame shifted to him for season 2. He already got the blame shifted to him for The Last of Us Part 2. He doesn't want the blame to be shifted to him for this. He wants to move on and work on his passion project, which apparently is the Heretic Prophet. So we have a statement from Neil Druckman that we're going to go over, and we're going to kind of read this article and see what's going on overall. So following the conclusion of Last of Us Season 2, co-creator and writer Neil Druckman announced that he wouldn't be returning for the third season. The Last of Us Part 2 saw a resurgence in sales thanks to Season 2. You know what's amazing about Insider Gaming? And I say this every single time I use one of their articles to cover this stuff, is that they will do everything they can to possibly show for something that's a massive failure as long as it's ideologically driven. It's been proven every single time. And here they are talking about, I have never seen a TV show claim to be successful all because they helped sell video games attached to that TV show. What about the views? How's the viewership looking? Does anybody have any viewership hardcore data numbers? Right? Nobody wants to talk too much about the viewership. But ironically, they do. It says The Last of Us Season 2 finale suffered a 55% drop in viewership, accounting for a gap of more than 4.5 million viewers. So you try to make the show look good in the beginning by talking about the resurgence in sales, but then you decide to talk about the 55% drop. It's such a massive failure. Despite the dip in popularity, HBO renewed the show for a season 3. That's because it's already been paid for, FYI. It's already been paid for. It's already been set. Every time they talk about, oh, it's been renewed, this shit has been planned from the beginning. They did the same exact thing with Velma. Velma was paid for 2 seasons. And then when the first season flopped, everybody tried to use the fact that a second season was coming as proof that the show was successful, and it wasn't. And then when season 2 finished, it got canceled. The same thing's going to happen here with this particular show. So in any case, season 3 got renewed. Druckman confirmed that it'll be told from Abby's perspective, with Caitlin Dever taking center stage, reprising her role. However, it won't be Druckman leading the show production. So we actually have the statement here from Neil Druckman, all nice and pretty with the Naughty Dog symbol on it, because God knows he loves to do that. And let's read what he has to say and see what kind of cope we have going on here. So it says, to our Naughty Dog community, we wanted to let you know that studio head Neil Druckman delivered the following message to our team this morning. He says, I've made the difficult decision to step away from my creative involvement in The Last of Us on HBO. You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think it was a difficult decision at all. Maybe for him it was, but for anybody else, it probably wasn't. Because if you guys are not aware, Neil Druckman has been trying to break into Hollywood for a while now. He's been very desperate to try to be very relevant in Hollywood. And I think he was hoping that this would be the ticket to becoming a Hollywood director. But instead, it didn't quite work out that way. There's even footage, hilariously, of Neil Druckman being on the red carpet and being completely ignored, with people not taking his picture, even though he's posing for people to take pictures of him. It's actually kind of sad. But with work completed on season 2, before any meaningful work starts on season 3, now is the right time for me to transition. Ooh. Keyword transition. Choice of words there, Neil Druckman. My complete focus to Naughty Dog and its future projects, including writing and directing our exciting next game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, along with my responsibilities as studio head and head of creative. So you gotta wonder. Like, everybody knows what the reception for Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is, right? The trailer did not impress pretty much anybody except Naughty Dog shills at this point. And yeah, sure, there's a bunch of them out there online that will defend it till their last breath because that corporation could never do any wrong in their eyes. but it's a joke. Like everybody knows Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet doesn't look very good. Sure, there's a 1% chance it could be an amazing game, but the chances of that happening, considering the history that has taught us, is probably very slim, right? But still, Naughty Dog is going to be doubling down on this game, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure it comes to light, and it's going to be their next big thing. And they're going to try to ensure that it is as successful as humanly possible. But considering the amount of people that hate this game, I don't know if it's going to be the case, but it seems like he's going to put full focus behind this game. Co-creating the show has been a career highlight. I'm sure it has been. It's been an honor to work alongside Craig Mazin to executive produce, direct, and write on the last 2 seasons. He says, I'm deeply thankful for the thoughtful approach and dedication a talented cast and crew took to adapting The Last of Us Part 1 and the continued adaptation of The Last of Us Part 2. Guys, I got to tell you, if you think a 55% viewership drop is bad for season 2, you have no idea what's coming for season 3. Because even the normies who don't even play the video games, even they felt the exact same thing that we felt when we played part 2 for the first time after experiencing part 1 for many years. They have experienced the same exact thing we have, and they had the same exact reaction that we had. So it's very clear that gamers are not exactly wrong when it comes to The Last of Us Part 2. The only gamer that I know of that could be wrong is Smash JT because he absolutely loves that game. But that's okay. He's allowed a retarded moment. The Last of Us Part 2 was a travesty for an otherwise masterpiece of a video game, which was Part 1. And it ended up being a situation where it became a cultural icon for all the wrong reasons. The Last of Us Part 2, as a TV show, is going to experience the same exact thing. The drop-off is going to be exceptional to see. I honestly cannot wait to see it. And at this point, we already know that once the show focuses on Abby, consider it cooked. As much as people hate Pedro Pascal, at the end of the day, when Joel left the show, that was it. The ratings tanked. Everybody knows that the fucking, what's her name, Bella Ramsey, she can't carry the show. She's incapable of carrying the show. She's not a main lead. She just doesn't have it in her, unfortunately. So she can't carry the show. And now you expect this random girl playing Abby to carry the show? It's not going to happen. So Last of Us is cooked. And that's why, in my opinion, Neil is like, you know what? Now is the time to leave. Now is the time for me to get out of here because all that's going to come from this show is just more and more negative press. And I don't want to be involved with it. So he decided to leave so he could go make a video game that's going to make him even more negative press. But hey, at least it's his video game, his project, baby, and Naughty Dog at the end of the day. So you guys can let me know what you think about this entire situation. Do you think he was fired? Do you think HBO kicked him out? Or do you think he left of his own volition? Regardless of whatever it is you think, let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.